Again, I'm here to give you a background about my experience during the CLTP 14, more specifically during the hands-on training, satellite hands-on training. Just an introduction of myself. Again, I'm from the Philippines, particularly an associate professor at Mapua University in the Philippines. So it's one of the well-known universities in the Philippines when it comes to engineering. And as for my education, I graduated Space Systems Engineering at Kyushu Institute of Technology. So my photo here was taken when I was studying, and this is a prototype of our CUBE satellite known as Maya 2, which was launched in 2021. So my presentation is more of perspective of someone who has an idea already on how to design as well as develop and also operate satellites. So one of the reason why I applied for this CLTP training is as a refresher, because after my graduation and going back to the Philippines, I did not have any more engagement or projects related to CubeSat development. So I forced myself to apply, and good enough, UNISEC gave me the chance to be one of the participants in the batch 14 of the CLTP. Okay, so inclusive of the training is this manual. It's a Heptaset training program manual, which includes everything that is needed during the training. So I just put all the the topics that has laboratory activities. So we did from lab 1 up to laboratory number 6 in 3 days. So the lab 7 is about mission and design, and it's more of a group effort. But for lab 1 to lab 6, this is individual effort wherein you have your own set of or CubeSat kit, and you will be doing the programming as well as the development of the CubeSat. So we did these 6 laboratories or lab activities in 3 days, and I think this has enough time for us to gain confidence in making up the whole CubeSat. And I feel that the lab activities are strategically arranged so that you'll get first the idea of how important OBC is up to the final laboratory, which is structured, and there you will build the whole satellite. Okay. So per lab activity, you have first the concepts, wherein Professor Yamazaki give us a briefer of each of the subsystems in the bus, in the satellite bus. And I put here an example of one of the concepts, particularly in Lab 2, which is the electrical power subsystem. I find it very interesting, very clever way to explain the concepts, and very easy to understand. So even the high school students or bachelor students can really get the idea of how significant that this particular subsystem is. And then later on, there will be a technical, more technical discussion about this particular subsystem. And then, as always, the part 2 of every lab is AIT, or Assembly, Integration, and Test. And I believe this is the bulk part of each lab. When I say bulk part, they make sure that every step is very detailed. It's very Japanese because you have plenty of instructions that you just need to follow, and it guarantees that everyone can do it by themselves. Now, if you couldn't do it by yourself, you can always ask student assistants, which are deployed in every table. So they can assist you whenever you have problems in a particular step in that particular activity. Also, you are paired with your classmates, your co-participant. They can always assist you, just like Bansisan being helped um, by her teammate, as well as our friends from Oman. Okay, they're doing their work individually, but later they collaborate. And also, I would like to highlight that on the screen, you will see a timer here. So it's very Japanese that just to make sure that you are aware of the time left and you have to finish it. But if you won't be able to finish it, there's still ample time to do it later on. Okay, so finally, what I have learned. Number one, lifelong learning or continuous learning is essential. Being a graduate of space systems engineering did not bother me to enroll again, okay, to participate in such event. And I did not regret because I learned a lot, especially the style of teaching to students that I want to emulate also when I open a program or a course here in my university. Number two, learning by doing is very effective. So the way they did it during our time is a very short discussion by Yamazaki Sensei, and then bulk of the time is for us to do it by ourselves. And finally, collaboration and networking are opportunities, and we don't want to miss it. Every time there is a chance for collaboration, especially from other people in the university or industry, it's better to grab it and always be open to their suggestions and comments. So that is all for me. Thank you very much. And again, many thanks to the organizers or the UNISEC, as well as the people in the Nihon University, especially to Yamazaki Sensei.